You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 27th of June. Jaishankar backs Rajnath Singh's refusal to sign SCO statement over terrorism snub. Minority groups protest Durga temple demolition in Bangladesh. And chariot festival Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra begins in eastern India. And now for all the details. India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar on Friday voiced strong support for Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's decision to withhold India's signature from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization joint statement in China. Singh refused to endorse the communiqué because it excluded any reference to terrorism, a core issue for India and a stated foundational objective of the SCO. Speaking to the press, Jaishankar emphasized that the SCO operates on the principle of unanimity and any attempt to dilute its anti-terrorism mandate undermines its legitimacy. Jaishankar did not name the country that objected to the inclusion of the terrorism in the document, but China and Pakistan, both SCO members, are widely suspected to have raised objections. The issue became even more sensitive as India expected the April 22 terror attack in Pahalgam, which killed 26 tourists, would be acknowledged in the joint statement. But it did not happen. Due to India's refusal to sign, the SCO Defence Ministers' meeting concluded without a joint communiqué, signalling deep divisions within the bloc.
Gentlemen, please.
When Rajnath ji went for a Defence Ministers' meeting and there was a discussion on the outcome document, one country, you can guess which one country said that no, we do not want a reference to that. Now Rajnath ji's view rightly was that without that reference, when the main purpose of that organization is to fight terrorism and you are not allowing a reference to that, I am not prepared to accept it. So I think it is very understandable.
US President Donald Trump on Thursday hinted at a very big trade deal with India, weeks after a team of negotiators from the two countries held four-day closed-door talks on the agreement. Addressing the big, beautiful event at the White House, Trump said, "We just signed with China yesterday. We are having some great deals. We have one coming up, maybe with India. Very big one," he said. Trump also asserted that the US will not make trade deals with every other nation. The four-day talks over the mega trade deal had reportedly primarily focused on greater market access for both industrial and agricultural products in either country, tariff cuts and non-tariff barriers, people familiar with the matter said. Earlier this month, US Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick also said that a trade deal between India and the United States could be finalized soon, with both countries finding common ground that suits their interests. And minority communities in Bangladesh have come together to protest the demolition of a Durga temple in Dhaka. This incident has again put a spotlight on safety of minority Hindus in Bangladesh, where temples and homes have often been vandalized. A report.
Minority groups in Bangladesh, led by the Bangladesh Hindu-Buddhist Christian Unity Council, formed a human chain in Shahbag area of Dhaka on Friday to protest the demolition of a Durga temple in Kilket. This incident comes amid rising attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh, where temples and homes have often been vandalized. The temple, built on railway land, was razed without prior notice by Bangladesh railway authorities just days after a mob demanded its removal. The protesters slammed the interim government's silence and termed the act a targeted attack on Hindus.
এরা গতকালকে ঢাকার কেন্দ্রস্থল এক ধরনের ঢাকার খিলক্ষেতের রেল লাইনের পাশে একটি মন্দিরকে গুড়িয়ে দিয়েছে সরকারি বোল্ড রেজার দিয়ে। এই ধরনের একটি নির্মম দৃশ্য সকলকে দেখতে হচ্ছে। এই বিষয়টি সকলের মনে ভীষণভাবে দাগ কাটেছে এবং গতকালকের এই ধরনের যজ্ঞ, এই ধরনের ধ্বংসাত্মক এবং হিংসাত্মক ধর্মীয় উন্মাদনাকে আমরা সকলে প্রত্যক্ষ করেছি।
While authorities called it an illegal structure, other nearby establishments were reportedly left untouched. On Thursday, India's foreign ministry also expressed dismay and concern over such recurring incidents, urging Bangladesh to ensure safety and rights of minorities.
And United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk concluded his 3-day visit to Sri Lanka and expressed his full support for the country's trajectory under President Anura Kumara Dissanayake. In a post on X, he said that he is leaving the country with much hope and that he sensed a real desire from the government and civil society to break from entrenched identity politics. President Dissanayake also reaffirmed his commitment to national unity and reconciliation. The visit by the UN rights official came amid persistent concerns over Sri Lanka's failure to ensure accountability for rights abuses during its nearly 3-decade-long civil war, which ended in 2009. Thousands of civilians, mostly Tamils, were killed or disappeared during the final stages of the conflict. Successive governments have promised reforms, but progress on justice, reconciliation and repealing draconian laws like the Prevention of Terrorism Act remains limited. Moving on, family of Indian astronaut Subhanshu Shukla is elated after he, along with 3 crew members, docked to the International Space Station on Thursday. Shukla's mother, Asha, said now the family was praying for successful completion of their son's experiments on the International Space Station and safe return back to Earth. Astronaut and Indian Air Force's test pilot Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla etched his name in history as he launched into space as part of NASA's Axiom 4 mission. Strapped into SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft, Group Captain Shukla, who is also mission pilot for the Axiom 4, took off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. His 3 other crew members are from the US, Poland and Hungary. The mission is a joint collaboration between NASA, Axiom Space and Indian Space Research Organization and the European Space Agency. Following the launch, Group Captain Shukla has become the second Indian after Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma to go to space after 41 years and once docked, the first Indian to visit the orbiting station.
बहुत खुशी है, बहुत अपने को जो है बहुत अच्छा महसूस कर रहे हैं। बच्चे ने सफल उसके जो है डॉकिंग हुई है, इसके लिए हम जो है ईश्वर को बहुत बहुत जो है धन्यवाद करते हैं, बहुत प्रणाम करते हैं उसको। बहुत हम जो है उसको इसी के लिए प्रार्थना की थी कि ईश्वर ने हमारे बच्चे पर जो है पूरी छत्र छाया है उसकी, और उसके लिए हम ईश्वर को जो है पूरी तरह से अपने दिल से जो है शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं।
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, उसके पहुंचने के बाद बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। अब यही है प्रार्थना भगवान से कि जो कुछ जिस लिए गए वो सब काम संपन्न करके आराम से वापस धरती पर आए। अब इसकी प्रार्थना करनी है।
Millions of devotees gathered in Puri district of India's eastern Odisha state as the 9-day-long chariot festival Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra commenced on Friday. People from across the country and abroad arrived to witness the grand chariots of the 3 deities, Lord Jagannath, his brother Lord Balbhadra and sister Goddess Subhadra at the Gundicha temple situated 2 kilometers away from the Puri Jagannath temple, where the deities reside for a week and then return to Jagannath temple. Hindus consider a glimpse of Lord Jagannath as auspicious and consider the chariot festival to be a divine movement where the Lord himself comes to bless his devotees on the streets. This festival takes place every year in the months of June or July. All rituals were being conducted amid heightened security arrangements with coordinated efforts from multiple security forces and district authorities.
जगन्नाथ जी की कृपा से ही हम लोग इतनी दूर से उनकी कृपा हुई, तो समझिए कि हमारा कोई आने का प्रोग्राम नहीं था, लेकिन जगन्नाथ जी की असीम कृपा हुई कि हम लोग कल चले थे, आज पहुंचे। अब बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है कि आज जगन्नाथ जी का दर्शन हम लोग को करने को मिला। जगन्नाथ जी के बारे में कुछ जो हमने यहाँ देखा उतना तो क्या कहा जाए, बहुत असीम कृपा है। तीनों रथ तैयार हैं, संजोग से हमें दर्शन करने का भी सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। पिछले 15 दिन से मंदिर बंद था।
And it's my first time in Puri. We are here with my husband. We are really happy because it's our first time that we're going to be so close and can see the Lord Jagannath.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.